This is almost like welcome back. I know you were just listening last time when your sister Stephanie was on here, but so I'm going to say welcome back, Shannon. How's it going?
It's going.
Yeah?
It's been going.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How was your drive up from San Antonio today?
Easy.
Yeah?
Easy, yeah.
Straight shot?
Straight shot all the way through.
Yeah.
Hardly any traffic.
It's because you left at like 11.
Right at 11:05.
Okay.
28.
Oh, okay.
11:28.
You're speeding a little bit then. You got here pretty early.
Actually, I did some minor speeding.
Okay.
I think we were 75 all the way through. A couple of 82s. Don't worry about that.
You take any toll roads?
I hope not.
No.
Get me in the mail later.
Yeah. We'll find out.
We'll find out in a month.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Hope not.
Well, thank you for being here. I'm glad you reached out.
Yeah.
I've been wanting to hear your story for quite a while.
Okay.
We'll get to that in a minute. But what have you been doing in San Antonio?
Oh man, working like a little donkey. Yeah, working like a donkey. Keeping the house nice and cozy for when I'm done working. Yeah.
And you're still in the service industry at this point.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. See, the listeners don't know that, so we gotta let them know what's happening with you.
So obviously running a restaurant at the Pearl now. Not obviously because no one knows me, but those that do know me, yeah, I've been running restaurants all up and down the Riverwalk for I want to say 7 years of my life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you feel pretty seasoned at this point, like a vet?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I know what I'm doing. Yeah, for sure.
All the way through?
All the way through.
Any situation you can just...
When I'm dealing with guests, I like to see like at the many different places that I haven't had too many jobs. I stay pretty consistent with the company, but when I do change up, I notice the servers get real riled up, like, oh my God, Shannon, this is going on. And I'm like, relax. We got this.
Right.
It's not that serious. Yeah.
Cool.
So I feel pretty good.
It wasn't always relaxed for you though.
You know what? Believe it or not, it just runs in my blood to lead and be in a role where I can take control. So I think it has always been relaxed.
Yeah.
The position that I'm in, yeah, which is why I'm here. Yeah.
We'll get into it in a minute, but you weren't always relaxed.
Was I not?
No.
Really?
When you ran out of a place and never came back again, you weren't very relaxed there. But
It's different.
It's not different. It's still the same.
No,
No?
I wasn't in that.
Because you weren't a
role
boss?
yet.
Okay. So it's when you're a boss you can be relaxed.
Good one. I see what you did there.
Yeah.
That's good. Good. You're smart.
Sometimes.
You got it going on.
Yeah, sometimes.
You know what you're doing.
You also sing.
I do.
Do you still sing actively?
Actively. You know what? Yes. In my at home, I have my own little studio set up. It's not professional by any means, but I got a nice little studio mic, a little setup. So for myself, I haven't released anything, but yeah, I want to say on a weekly basis, I'm writing like 3 songs and recording maybe one of my favorites. So yeah, actively, yeah, still recording, writing and recording.
And do you like mix it all down yourself and do everything in post yourself?
I've started mixing and mastering myself. I'm by no means a professional, but I'm trying because we talked a little bit earlier about Jericho. He's just so busy. He's my producer, right, fellow musician. But he got really busy, and I got a lot of music, in my heart, and I couldn't wait anymore, so I started mixing myself.
Yeah.
It's awful.
No.
Why none of it's been released.
No, it takes a little practice. I used to do that stuff, and part of me wants to reach out and help you with that, but I'm so busy with this. I can give you some pointers, but honestly, you'll be fine.
Yeah, I have Google.
Yeah. Don't always listen to everything on Google.
Well,
not everything.
That's another story and for another time. Google got me somewhere.
Right. You know what you want, though, and you know what you want it to sound like. So you just keep messing with those knobs until it gets you where you want to be.
Yeah.
So you record, but you don't release anything.
I haven't yet because I am so used to the little mini album that we put out, Jericho and I, that he was such a professional and such an artist in everything that he did with producing that is the only thing that I can compare anything I would ever think of releasing. Like it needs to be at that level. And right now it's so amateur. It's like I'm here and I want it to be here. So I have a lot of work to do. I will never release anything that's low quality.
You can always call them demos. That's the way you get away with it. And you can still release that.
Yeah, I did do one. I did release one as a demo, which he was gatekeeping this one for a couple years, and it's my favorite one so far of the new material I have. He kept it for himself for a little while, and I finally got a hold of that demo because there's a lot of things that it wasn't ready. That was the bones of the track. That was him and I first go around like, hey, this is an idea that I have, and he loved it. He loved it. We recorded it in one shot, maybe a couple little takes, but yeah, he held it for a minute, and I finally got my hands on it, and I released it this year, I think.
Congratulations.
Yeah, and it's my favorite, and people are like, oh, dang, that's the Shannon I remember. You know?
Where can we find this stuff?
You can listen to it on SoundCloud. I know it sounds cheesy, but I have a couple of things out on iTunes, Spotify, Debbie Shannon and the Jericho Machine. But SoundCloud, you can listen to my full mini album that we recorded during the shutdown, and that new song. For the life of me, it's escaping me. And what is it? Take Me Back. Take Me Back. It's my favorite song. And I released that as a demo because there's a couple of oohs and ahs I wanted to add in there, and a couple of words I wanted to change. But yeah, SoundCloud.
Yeah, no, that's great. Well, y'all that are listening, check it out. Shannon's very talented.
Thank you.
I hope that you continue to do that.
Yeah, for sure. In my room, in my cave, trying to figure this out. But yeah,
it starts somewhere. I mean, my idea came from a dream that I had. So
a real dream.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
It started, just in front of a computer desk after that, and here we are. So
yeah,
keep going.
Yeah, I sure will. Yeah. I'll never stop, I don't think. Even if no one hears, maybe one day if I pass, and my family knows how to work my computer, I'll find a whole bunch of hopefully some good songs in there that no one ever heard. Yeah.
Well, send me some and I'll post them on my stories and stuff like that.
They're so far from being done. They're awful.
Well, even the stuff that you have out now.
Oh yeah. Oh, for sure.
That people don't know about.
Oh yeah. I'll send you the whole link of my SoundCloud. You let me know what you think. Maybe you'll like some of them.
I probably will.
I think you will.
Yeah.
Hopefully.
We'll see.
Okay.
I will.
I think you will.
You took a break from the industry for a little while, but it wasn't really a break. You just you ran from the industry and then made your way back to it.
I was a child.
I would like to talk about how it all started,
okay,
because this story is fascinating to me.
Right.
Whenever you're ready, if you need a minute to breathe, I can keep talking.
No, I'm just thinking, I'm putting myself in that situation.
Look at you.
I'm going right back to it. It's making me laugh. Oh my God. Okay. So, we're from California, right? We're getting into it now. We're opening the bag. We're from California, me and my siblings. We end up here in San Antonio. It's where my mom is from, right? So we're all from out there, my father, everything. They go through a separation. And what do you do in a separation, right? After 17 years of marriage, you end things there, and you pack up, you get the heck out of there, right? My father's from California. It's where our lives, started, and her life was here. She's born and raised in San Antonio. So she packs us all up, and we all head over here. I think I'm at the last 2 weeks of 8th grade going into my freshman year of high school. Bummer. I would have loved to be with my friends out there. And I was this emo little girl. I had the hair. Tonight will be the night, right? I'm a little emo little girl. We just left California. We're here now in San Antonio. And my mom, there's 5 of us, right? There's 5 kids. And so she goes straight to work. We're staying with one of her friends. He let us live there until she got on her feet, right? So I see her. She's hustling. She's never home. So all the kids are kind of doing whatever they want, right? Looks like I'm in a position where probably I need money now, but I'm 14 years old, right? We're hungry. We want chips.
What kind of chips?
We want any chips because we're hungry.
Any chips?
Any 99-cent bag of chips we can get our hands on.
Are they still 99 cents these days? I haven't had chips in a long time.
Absolutely not. You'd be lucky to get one for $3.29.
$3.20 for a little bag of chips?
I think so. Well, we want the big bag of chips.
Okay.
No. We're not kids anymore.
Okay.
So we're trying to buy some chips, we're trying to buy some candy. We want things. So I have this bright idea. My big sister, she's 17 at the time. I'm 14, right? I'm not allowed to work yet. But I have a feeling I need to get to work. I got to do something. So one day we're walking home from school, walking home from our little high school, And I get the idea to steal my sister's social security card and impersonate her because I'm not allowed to work yet. I'm only 14. So she's 17. Bing. Let's go to work. So everything's easily accessible. My mom has everything in a little folder, nice and neat. I take it. I head over to this Mexican restaurant, Don Pedro's. If you know it, you know it, in San Antonio. So I go over there and they don't ask me for like a picture ID because I'm in high school, right? I'm in high school. I'm 17. So they just take my social and I get on their roster. I don't speak Spanish, by the way. Even if I look like it, I don't at all. So I'm in this very Mexican restaurant. They are playing mariachis. Everyone around me is like so much older than I am. With a language I don't speak. I don't know what I'm doing, but I have a job, right? So I try hosting and then they try and make me a server. I was there 3 days. Okay, so I'm on a little lunch break. They're like, yeah, on day 3. You want something to eat? I'm like, yeah, actually, I'm pretty hungry. It's why I'm here, right?
Right.
Want some chips. So yeah, I'll take some food. So I sit down way in the back of the restaurant. I don't really talk to anybody. Everybody looks like this high to me. I'm 14, but I'm pretending to be 17. So I go way to the back of the restaurant. I sit my little self in a booth that seems to be towering over me, and I'm kind of hiding there. And shortly after, I'm having a look at the menu, and like 3 people show up. And one's 19 years old. I know that because they were asking questions and talking earlier, trying to talk to me. But I feel like I'm super suspicious. I shouldn't be here. So one of them I know is 19 years old. He's an older, tall gentleman. He slides into the booth, and I'm there with my cheese enchilada plate, like trying to be inconspicuous. So he slides in. Here comes this other girl. I know she's 17 because, again, they're all talking to me earlier, trying to talk to me. So I got a 19-year-old, I got a 17-year-old, and I got an 18-year-old slides in, and I feel like, whoa, 1, he's on to me. 2, she just slid in. This other girl slid in next to me. I'm blocked. I can't escape. Like, they're going to catch me. They know I'm not meant to be here. So they all sit down. They get their food, and I'm trying quietly to eat my food and not be suspicious. And the 19-year-old goes, so Shannon, what do you like to do for fun? You know, what are some things you like to do for fun? And I look at him, and I'm like, I put my fork down. I get real scared. I'm like, shit, I'm supposed to be 17-year-old. What do 17-year-olds do, right? So I look at him. I look at the girl in front of me. I look at the girl beside me. I'm like, well, you know, when I was 14 years old, I like to play volleyball. I like to, be in the gym after school and watch everyone play volleyball. And they all kind of look at me when I say when I was 14 years old, this is what I like to do. And at that moment, I look at their faces and they're like, what the fuck is she talking about when I was 14? I asked, like, what you like to do now? And yeah, like after that, I just felt like they're on to me. They know what's going on. I'm going to get in so much trouble. He knows I'm 14. They all know I'm 14. When they all got out of that booth and I finished my food, I was supposed to go back to work. I left. I walked home. I never came back. They called for, I want to say like 2 weeks after, like, hey, we got a check here for you. Are you coming to pick it up? I don't know how much the check was worth, $24. I don't know, lots of bags of chips. Probably I could have gone with that and some Skittles. But yeah, I never returned. I pretended to be 17. I was not. I was 14, surrounded by 19, 17-year-olds. And yeah, I felt like they caught me.
When you look back on it now, do you really think they thought you were 14? Do you think you were just freaking yourself out?
Realistically, no, they probably didn't. I don't know how they couldn't, because I was a little girl. Like, man, I was definitely 14. I guess I was tall. I was taller. But I think if someone told me, if I asked you right now, hey, what do you like to do for fun? And you're like, well, when I was 7,
right,
there's something wrong here.
Yeah.
No, they probably didn't know. Or maybe they did. I don't know. I can't say.
Well, your final thought, though, like if you really look back on it with, being an adult now, you think you just freaked yourself out?
Yeah, for sure.
That's hilarious.
Because I was a stealer of identity. I was pretending to be Stephanie. I wasn't Stephanie.
The fact that they didn't ask you for actual ID, did your parents have to like sign a release form for you and all that stuff?
I doubt it. I highly, not at all. My mom wasn't involved. I doubt she even knows I was at work for 3. Where is this girl? I don't know. She didn't know.
Getting chips.
Trying to get money for chips.
Yeah.
Which I never got the money because I got scared.
You should have collected the money.
But it was a trick.
Yeah, you thought they were going to trap you.
I thought they were on to me.
But the only ones that would have gotten in trouble would be them.
Yeah.
But at 14, you don't think that,
and
right?
At 14, I'm like, heck no. They're trying to trap me in that little box that I was trapped in trying to eat my dinner. They're trying to get me there, and there's cops waiting because I stole my sister's social security card. Yeah.
Did your sister know you were doing this?
I think I told my sister. Yeah, I think I told my sister that I was going to use it because I needed to get a job, and she was in the same boat. Like right. She wanted to help my mom out too. So yeah, I think she was all for it. I'll ask her though if she remembers that.
I feel like you didn't tell her why you left because I feel like she would have went and picked up that check. Like just knowing Stephanie a little bit, I feel like she would have been like, I'm grabbing that check.
You know what? I think that she worked there too. Because the thing was, hey, we have checks there. We have checks. So did they hire Stephanie twice? Perhaps.
No.
She said, we have checks there. The guy that my mom's friend who we were living in his house. I'm the owner of this house. He was like, y'all have checks at Don Penn. I think we got the job because he knew like he was a regular at their bar there. So they're like, hey, if y'all really are looking for work, you can go to this place. And so I think he's the one who took us. If there was paperwork involved, it was him. He wasn't our caretaker in any way, shape, or form, but he's like, y'all have checks there. I was like, I'm not going back there. They'll capture me.
It sounds like your sister owes you a bag of chips then because she got that check.
I don't know. I don't think so. I think they shredded that check. They're like, fucking 17-year-old. I wasn't.
Damn. Well, nobody snitched on you though.
No.
So they didn't know.
Yeah.
I just
told them myself now.
Just another one that was there and then left. Just like this industry works.
Yeah. So, yeah.
After that, you were afraid to go to any restaurant and work at.
After that, I didn't think about work again. I was smart enough to understand this is why they don't allow 14-year-olds to work in the state of Texas or anywhere probably, because we're children, we're immature. Like, look at me, I was sweating bullets. They're on to me. Oh my God. No one knew. I'm just a child. So I didn't think about work again. I was like, F that. That's not for me. So I just went to high school like a good kid should. You
didn't do like a lemonade stand or something?
No.
How'd you get the chips then?
How'd I get the chips? I don't think I ever got chips. I don't think I got the chips until I got older.
Okay.
Yeah.
Were they delicious?
They were crunchy. Crunchy chips.
And then you eventually got a job and you're working in an office.
Yeah. So fast forward, I've graduated high school. I went to college to fine arts English is what I majored in. So to be a writer. But again, coming from California to Texas, what I wanted to do with my life, I didn't ever have any other questions about what I would be doing. I always imagined, I'm a great writer, right? I wanted to write and direct films. Now back home, I did end up going back to California for some time after that incident, right? I ended up staying with one of my aunts, beautiful, beautiful woman. And I did film studies out there, and I made a couple amateur films while in high school up in Tracy, California, so near Oakland area. I was definitely on a path, to writing and directing films in my eyes, right? In a world where that's a thing. And my films always won number one. I had written a story in English class out there, and the teacher was so impressed. He's like, can I use this story? He pulled me in a little bit early from class that day, and he's like, hey, can I use this story? I was like, use it for what? And he's like, I just want to use it as like an outline to all my students who are horrible writers, by the way. And he started laughing. I was like, that's awful. It's like, I just want to use it to get them to understand this is a story. This is how you write it was during Halloween time. This is how you write a scary novel or short story, right? I was like, yeah, absolutely. Like, I'm proud of my writing. Absolutely. Go and use it. And so I knew I had something there. I had a talent all my life. I've always gotten recognition for my writing, right? So in California, that was what I wanted to do with my life. So Fast forward to we're here now in Texas, and it's kind of like, what's writing and directing, you fool? It's not for you, get serious, get real. So I had to kind of switch it up based on, where I was living now. So I went to, I started doing medical assisting, right? So I went to school for that. I became a medical assistant, and that led me into this office position that you're talking about. So now I went the doctor office route. I wasn't getting paid very much money. Then I ended up in insurance, right? So now I'm managing 60 agents, or I'm like one of the top agents, and I'm in this office setting where I just feel so down. Like I remember being surrounded by glass windows in this office building where the phones are just, oh, thank you for calling. And it's the same thing. You're reading a script. If anybody's ever worked in a call center before, you understand. I would hope you understand how depressing that can get. It's the same thing day by day. And I'm spending 13 hours of my life here. I'm making really good money, but my days are long. I'm there in the morning. I'm watching the sun rise and set, and, I'm coming out at night. And it just starts really getting to me. So I remember I would spend time like looking out the window, watching the trees so vibrant and green, and the sun is thinking, man, I should be out there. Like, that's where I want to be. I don't want to be in here answering these damn phones, fuck this. So I was craving outside. I wanted to be outside. So I remember that one particular week, I was really, really feeling it. Like I didn't want to be there anymore. And I get a phone call from my big sister, Stephanie, who was the guest here on your podcast not so long ago. I get a phone call from her, and she tells me, Shannon, mind you, I've been trying to get her out of the industry because she's in the bar industry now. I've been trying to get her to come to my world. You know what I mean? Like, hey, come over here. The pay is good. It's a respectable. I didn't know shit about shit. Right. But I'm fucking depressed, and she's over there happy living her dandy life. Yeah. Okay. So she calls me one day. I'm having a crisis. And she's like, hey, Shannon, I need help. I was like, what do you need help with? I got you. You need me to go now? She's like, no, I need help at work. I'm the supervisor of this bar right here on the Riverwalk, and I need bartenders. I need reliable girls, and your work ethic, you're like me. I need girls that I can count on. So can you come help me bartend? And I remember telling her, like, Steph, I'm making really good money. Am I going to be okay? If I leave my office job, my secure office job, am I going to be okay financially? Are the kids going to be okay? Because I have 2 small children at the time, right? I still have them, but they're big now. But I have my 2 kids. And she's like, Shannon, put it this way. I've made $1,000 this weekend, and it's Friday. And I put in my 2 weeks. I was like, you fucking lie. You made $1,000 because it takes me 2 weeks to make, whatever.
A portion of that.
Not a portion. I'm making more than that. But it's because I'm putting in a lot of time, but I'm also depressed. I'm also, wanting to be outside. And she had an outside bar she was at. So I was like, count me in. Right. I'll fucking do it. But I told her, I don't know a thing about bartending. Am I like, I'm going to be okay? She's like, you're going to be okay financially, and I'll teach you everything you need to know. And she's a top girl, what she does, right? So I got it going on. So I put in my 2 weeks with this company. I love them. They love me. They didn't want to let me go, but it was time for me to fly. I was going to, I was tired. Tired. So I go help my sister bartend, and I kind of kill it. A lot of the girls were upset because you don't go directly into bartending at this location with that company. You got to be on the floor. You got to serve. But I remember telling them, like, no disrespect to servers, I'm just not good at it. I can't. I would make probably $2, $1 a table if I was a server. Can't have that, right? So a lot of girls were upset that I went straight to the bar, but I killed it on that bar. Not knowing a thing, I picked it up in, I want to say, 2 weeks. We were a duo. So my big sister, people loved it. They were coming from all over the place to see the sisters. By the time we were done with that place, or that place was done with us, whatever. Mm-hmm.
Did you put in your 2 weeks knowing you were going to get the job, but there was a chance that you weren't going to be a bartender?
Absolutely not. I knew I was going to be a bartender because my sister was the bar supervisor.
So you had the inside track that you were definitely going to be a bartender.
I knew she needed help, and I knew that she was going to make it happen, that I was going to be bartending side by side because she needed a reliable girl. And right now they didn't have reliable girls.
Right.
And I also knew my work ethic. There was no doubt in my mind that I was going to go over there and not be a bartender. Like, I was going there for that 1,000. She said she made 1,000 and it was only Friday. So I know my work ethic. I know her work ethic. And I knew that they were going to fall in love with us pretty quickly.
How accurate was she in her making of these funds? Did she exaggerate a little bit?
I want to say she did not exaggerate because that was her. She's got a big personality. She's got a personality. She loves people and people love her. For me, I'm a little more reserved. Like there's 3 girls and there's 5 of us, but there's 3 girls, 2 boys, and we're all very different. I want to say I am the most reserved of the sisters. I'll sit there and I'll talk to you about politics. I'll sit there. You're my bar guest, and we're talking about books and we're just talking about different things. You swap over to my big sister and she's talking about raves, and the tutu she was wearing was glittering. We're just 2 different worlds.
I've seen some pictures.
Yeah. The heart-shaped glasses, yeah. John Lennon.
She's colorful.
Yeah, she's very colorful.
Yeah.
She's colorful. So she was absolutely had her regular. She was in the world already. For me, it took me I want to say not very long to find out that I wasn't going to be making the money that she was making. I want to say in the beginning, I didn't know anything about it. So I wasn't as good as her. So I was making maybe like $480 in 2 days.
It's still pretty good starting out.
Not knowing what I'm doing. But when I started to know what I was doing, then that's when things got better. But it didn't last very long. Like the bartending thing, I did that for, I want to say 6 months before they promoted me. So that's just my work ethic, right? I thrive in a leadership position. So
and Stephanie stepped down.
She did. She stepped down because she likes to be a fly on the wall. She wants to come in, knock it out, and get lost. For me, I don't know. I just thrive in a higher position. And now I kind of envy some of my servers, and I envy, other not salaried positions, right? Because I wish that sometimes I can just go in, do my thing to the best of my abilities, totally knock it out of the park, and then get lost.
Yeah.
Now I can't. I can go in to the best of my abilities, knock it out of the park, and stick around. So sometimes I do envy, but I am also very blessed. In my position, the salary that I have. So there's no going back for me. For her, yeah, she took a step back because she was able to take a step back because she's making a lot of money,
right?
Stepping back, and she's losing money being in a supervisor role. That's less money in her pocket. For me, she didn't have kids at the time. I had stability that I needed, right? And that salary was stable for me. So, in 6 months, I was the bar supervisor. I think at month 10 with that company, they had offered me a position to run the big machine next door, which is the British pub right there on the Riverwalk. So,
okay.
I started running that 10 months in, which got me a lot more haters than I already had.
Yeah.
I wish I could.
You're good at getting the haters on the Riverwalk.
Man, it's not my fault. It's their own journey, It's on them. And I learned that a little bit later on, like, man, what am I doing wrong? Like, I got a good heart. I got a good soul. Like, do I got a mean face? Maybe I got a mean face when I'm focused and I'm paying attention to my work, because it's tunnel vision. I'm working. I'm not really there for friends, but outside of work, business me is business me. I'm here to take care of business. Outside of work, like you'll see me. You'll get a glimpse of who I am if you're the right person. If you're not a good person, I feel like I can feel that,
Yeah.
We're gifted with the ability to be able to tell if this is a person I want in my circle or not. So there's a lot of girls that I didn't want in my circle or around me. Yeah. Yeah.
Do people throw shit at you on the Riverwalk when you walk down there? Do you get like, they're like a riot and a bunch of booze and tomatoes and...
I have a really nice story if we can just get into that.
Yeah, empty bags of chips just flaunting in your face.
Look.
You gotta, we got time.
Okay. Are people actively throwing shit at me? Not at me directly. But I have had, look, man, we as managers, in the Mad Dogs group, as managers at any restaurant, man, we have a lot on our plate, right? So by the end of our shift, the middle of our shift, we've been through the trenches, right? So all of our locations, the beer garden on the Riverwalk was right here, we'll say, right on the water as it starts to turn into the river. And then you go and there's Mad Dogs. You can walk to all these 3 locations, and then you got the Oyster Bar on the Bend. So the manager on the Bend Oyster Bar, it was not even noon. Maybe it was noon. Sun is high in the sky. It's probably noon. He walks over. He's having a day and a half already. It's La La Land at Beer Garden. Like, it's easy breezy. I'm outside. I'm in the trees like I wanted to be. Life is good. You know, everybody loves at the Beer Garden. So he walks over, and we're underneath this little bridge. It starts to get a little cloudy. It looks like it's about to drizzle, right? So he walks over and he just put his hands on his hips and he's having a day. Then the manager of Mad Dogs walks over and it looks like they're having a day too, because they're a conveyor belt of business. They're on the water. You got tourists all up and down. So they both come over here, clouds start rolling in, and I'm just there living my great dandy life by the waterfall. And this guy, the manager at the time, he looks up to the sky and he just puts his hands on his hips and he's like, man, it's been a long day. Not even the middle of the day yet. And the poor thing, he's going through it. All of a sudden it starts like raining on him. He's like, oh, this feels so good. Like the rain, just the greatest thing ever after everything I'm dealing with out there. And I look up and I'm like, there's no rain, man. Like, it's not raining yet. I'm dry. You dry? And the other one's like, what the hell? We look up. It's a hobo. I'm sorry to say it. He's peeing on this guy's head after the day he's had. So no, we're not getting things actively thrown at us, but that happens if you don't watch out. And he was, oh my God, mouth open. Oh, this is great.
Oh no.
Stop. He was pissed.
Wow.
Yeah. So you'll walk into shit if you don't be careful.
Yeah.
And they love, the homeless people love to use the bathroom on our stairs. I had to sometimes, one time I had to clean it up. So awful.
What was his reaction after he found out what was happening there? Oh
man, you just cussing. He was cussing. He chased that hobo. He ran up those stairs so quick. This and that. He went home. He was all full of.
Yeah.
He had to go. Everybody understood. There was no fight about it. He had to go. Yeah, he took the day off. Lucky him.
The fact that you got to get back in your car like that and just like sit in that and then get home and then probably, I don't know.
I never thought about that part of his journey. I just thought about how wonderful his release was, like how he was like, wow, this is great. The rain feels beautiful. And then to realize it was not rain.
Oh, what about the guy that was peeing? He had a release too.
That's
you know what
awful.
I mean, maybe he was holding that for a while too.
Some of those guys made my life a living hell. Some of those homeless people, yeah.
Do you think the homeless guy knew that he was peeing on somebody?
Absolutely.
Really?
Absolutely. Yes. They would come down and you can tell the journey that they had. They would walk down the stairs, just let it loose and just throw their shit on our little banner. It was like a Oktoberfest, it's a German themed pub. So we have this big banner of women cheersing there. Everyone's so happy. Thousands of people behind her. And they would purposely like smear it, on the mouth. Like, they hated women, it looked like to me. They would cut the throats. Awful. Yeah.
How often did that happen?
That was happening pretty often. I want to say weekly. We're coming into shit, literally.
Did it get better? Like, did the police get involved and kind of like help out at all? Or was it really just every person for themselves?
It was, the police would come. They knew me by name. Let's say that. I had to call the little park police. I'm like, hey, it's not an emergency, but this is going on.
They knew you by name because of that situation or because...
Multiple. Yeah.
Anything to do with your sister?
Anything to do with my sister? No, we were on...
I mean, she's wild. I just didn't know if there was maybe a... No?
Just the hobos.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But you don't really deal with that anymore?
Occasionally, I'm at the Pearl. If anybody knows the Pearl in San Antonio, I'm under a particular bridge leading into the Pearl where, there are some homeless people. Excuse me. So sometimes I've dealt with it 3 times as opposed to 4 times a week.
Right.
Yeah. So, I've dealt with it 3 times and I've been there nearly a year now. So not so bad.
Okay.
And thankfully they're a little easier to get out, here by the Pearl. But not so much like it was, man, the Riverwalk was bad.
Yeah. And you like where you work. You're happy there.
I am.
You think you'll stay in the industry for quite a while now?
You know what? I tried to take a step out of it. Yeah. And, I was aching for it.
Yeah, you missed it. Was it the interaction with people that you missed, or?
No, I don't think it's an interaction, because those aren't always good, right? But I think it was more so that's literally where I thrive. I tried taking positions after my time with Mad Dogs. I tried taking positions that were lower. Remember I said I envied the staff that could just come in and do their job and go. So I tried taking positions, like 2 of them, after Mad Dogs, where I was a fly on the wall, where I could just come in and do my thing and get lost. But I started to miss it. I started to really want to get back. Like, I thrive in a leadership position, right? It's just in my blood. So yeah, I was aching for it. It really was, for a few months. And I tried to fight it, because I was like, man, I know I got these long hours coming. I know XYZ, but it's where I thrive. Like, I can go into work right now and I can run circles around just about everybody, or I can be helpful to everybody in every position. You know, I could get behind the line and I can help the guys on the grill. I can get behind the line and I can plate and I can send food out, you know, and get these guys who are otherwise like exhausted. Like, no, we got this, guys. Y'all are killing it. I can be back there, and in a second I could be in the floor with the girls that are like, oh my God, this problem is beyond. And I'm just like, chill out. We got this, you know?
Yeah.
So I can be everywhere. I can be everywhere. And it's fulfilling. It's fulfilling to me. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Do you still write?
Do I still write? Actually, I have quite a few children's books. I'm waiting on some illustrations. So I have quite a few children's books. I have, I think, like 9 novels that I have my hands in. They're all at the same level, because I'm like, ooh, this one. Oh, that one. Oh,
right.
Yeah, this one too. So I haven't put any writing material out, but my brother, who you met today, he's an artist and a half. He can draw us sitting here and it'll look like someone took a photo. He's beautiful.
Yeah.
But to get mad at him, because you got this talent, brother. I got this talent. We're all so talented. What are we doing? You know? So I showed him my little book. I showed him, you know, he's halfway through my illustrations. Let's put it there. So he actually called me today and he's like, hey, I had a dream about your book. I'm like, okay, cool, because I dream about it every day. So I'm glad you're dreaming of it too. He's like, yeah, I think it's a sign for me to continue and to finish those illustrations. Definitely. I'm like, please do, because how many more signs do you need, man?
Yeah.
Like, let's do this already.
Yeah.
So, yeah,
how far along do you think you are in these 9 different books that you are piecing together? How much more do you have to write, do you think, to make them complete? I'm
about 75% deep into all of these. So I have about another 25%. I can stay writing all day, so I just need to like close it down.
What does 25% look like? Like, do you think if you sat with one book, it would take you a few days to write, a week, a few months?
Okay, so if I can dedicate 3 days of my life totally, just give the time to one book, I could finish it in 3 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then there's the job, and then there's the kids, and there's singing as well, because you can't stop singing.
No, that one I do for me.
Okay.
Yeah, the writing I do for me too.
Yeah.
But then there's sleep. I do like sleep.
I don't sleep enough.
Man, I love sleep. I always say I'm gonna miss sleep when I'm dead, because I just love the feeling of going to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I wake up pretty often, and then I'm just up.
That's awful.
I average about 4 hours.
I mean, yeah, like in a busy time, I can manage life with 3 to 4 hours of sleep, but I don't like it. Yeah.
No, it's not fun.
No.
By any means. But well, I do think that you have a couple gifts, and you should continue to explore those.
Yeah, for sure.
So if you got to blow up your brother's phone to finish those illustrations, and then maybe, I mean, however you do it works for you, but maybe one book at a time, and then you'll finish faster.
Yeah,
I don't know.
And I did that with the children's books. So I did start completing those. So there's a book of poetry that I'm really excited about, a book of short stories that I'm really excited about, and want to just get that out there already. But I'm waiting on the illustrations. I don't want to just put a book out there.
I got you.
I could do it myself, but it's not going to be as grand and as beautiful as what he can do. So I'm really, really being patient. I'm being so patient. I did get mean with him for a while there. I did not talk to him for 3 months as a result of me being mean about the illustration.
Well, that's not helping either of you.
I know. But you know what? He's coming around on his own. So I think it was necessary.
Cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can we tell people one more time where to find your music?
Yeah. Well, the best, if you want to listen to, all of the little album that started I was very shy about my music. If you want to listen to the whole album that we released during the shutdown, SoundCloud, you can find everything on SoundCloud. You'll be able to catch 2 songs on iTunes, Spotify, wherever music is available. You can find me there, but it's only 2 songs, and I would highly recommend. Like, there's a little bit of something for everybody. Honestly, SoundCloud is going to be the way to go.
And what's the name again?
Debbie Shannon and the Jericho Machine.
Awesome.
Yeah. He's pretty cool. He's a cool cat. He's already an established musician. Yeah, he's really solid.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, we'll stop there.
Mm-hmm.
But thank you so much for stepping into the world of Austin from San Antonio and sharing your story with us.
Yeah, I love it. Sorry I didn't really talk too much about bar stories.
No. You did great. Actually, we got another one out of it with the guy getting peed on.
Oh, yeah.
Because I didn't even know that was a story.
Mm-hmm.
So I just asked the right question and something else came out.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Yeah.
But no, it's been an absolute pleasure, and I do hope to see you again soon.
Yeah, for sure. You will.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Bye.